Okay. Well, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, nice. So first of all, I'm assistant professor at Digital World Institute, and I know nothing about biology. I do not want to sound stupid, so I just literally Googled the, archaeology and paleontologist. I learned, okay, these are two different things. So I apologize in advance. I might say something that's completely stupid, so I apologize. But first of all, let's see. Is it? Okay, so today I am going to talk a little bit about myself and what do I do in our department. And and actually my students develop VR games. So in collaboration with Florida Museum, we have designed and created virtual reality game. Anybody here played a VR games before? Oh, nice. Okay, so I have a nice audience today. And so I would like to talk about a bit of what I would love to do collaborating with the Florida Museum in the future. And we'll talk about the tool I use. First of all, in our department, it's called Digital World Institute. We have like 70% of students coming from College of Art and 30% coming from mainly computer science. So what do? We create video games. These are the work that my student did for the class project. You can see they are obsessed with the battle. Actually, these are the good ones. The one they actually created was like really, bloody, violent. They are obsessed with creating horror games. So I suggest, instead of creating a robot battle, can you create some more educational? And this was the content which I'm actually quite proud of. And they also created like, so this is the work they did with the dental simulation. So this is actually haptic feedback. You are going to feel the vibration as you are trying to simulate the dental procedure. Another work here you see is another of my students' project over the COVID. So it's actually visualizing how your COVID virus spread your body and it's interactive. But still, I kind of really wanted to, give them a chance to create some really impactful work. And over the last summer, I found JAG. I literally just like Google, photogeometry, UF, and Florida Museum pops up. And I found that Florida Museum has like tons of this amazing asset. If I'm going to create this from scratch, because it's going to be really time consuming, I was really impressed with this existing asset. So my motivation is, can you utilize these contents and put it in the context? Because in VR, you can swim with them. You can actually go to Maya ancient time and explore how the site will look like. So that was the idea. And I teach VR classes every fall, and using my power as a teacher, I force my students, now you guys should create something with the Florida Museum. So I asked them to explore the Sketchfab and the morpher source of Florida Museum, and they came up with, and thanks to the Edward help, we came up with 4 different ideas. The one is underwater. Well, this is a Florida, and it's about the dig site, and the insect, and the last but not least, butterfly rainforest. So let me kind of go through this each project. The underwater, we narrow it down to 10 different specimens that we want to include in our game. The question is, how are we going to include this? Our target audience was children who visit the Florida Museum. How can we make this fun activity? This was my student's idea. Anybody play Pokemon Snap? This is really fun. The basic idea is you explore the world and you are supposed to catch a Pokemon. You can even see the evolution. Pikachu become a Raichu. I know it's not really scientific evolution at all, but the idea behind it, you are going to, study the concept of evolution, and you are going to learn like each Pokemon, like the size of Pikachu, what kind of power it has. So this was the idea for the underwater. For the dig site, Jack shared this amazing dig site, 3D scan of the dig site. So our idea is you are becoming a paleontologist, I'll say. I feel like these are 2 different things, paleontologist, archaeologist. So you are becoming a paleontologist, and I'm not really quite sure what this is. I want to say dinosaur, but you have to put the puzzle of the dinosaur and it becomes alive and it moves. The insect that was Edward's idea. I learned from him that bees play a really important role in ecosystem. So here in VR, you become a bee. You fly around the Florida nature and you collect the nectar, honey in the flower. And the last but not least is butterfly rainforest. Each of the content section are YouTube videos, so I hope the link worked. But anyhow, when I was asking my student to create this, one of the problem here is that this is a proprietary item. So these are massive file size. Each file was like 2 GB or sometimes 1 GB. The really important thing was we need to optimize the mesh size. But the problem here is if you optimize this, all the textures are not really aligning. So they need to remap the texture. And the last part is animating. Because these are the static objects. Actually, I also asked my student to watch tons of video. I do not know the name of Brazilian electronic ray. I just asked them to watch the video of its movement and try to simulate its movement in animation tool. That results in 4 different games. So here is the one. I'm not really quite sure I can play the YouTube link. Yeah, there you go. This flips over. There we go. No, this is supposed to be like AI tool. We want to include a ChatGPT here later. So this tiny little cute friend is going to teach what shark around, what kind of sea creature you are going to see around you. And yeah, you are supposed to take a picture of the shark as you find it. If you navigate it, let me just kind of move through. So you are going to find this shark and this little. You get the idea. So the idea is you capture the images of them. You are going to learn about this. And let me go back to our PowerPoint slide. This was it. And this one basically is, I'm actually going to skip it given the time. You are becoming a paleontologist. You dig the fossil sound and you are going to see the fossil of the gator. And you are going to put these into pieces together. Another one was, yeah. Oh yeah, that's and other thing was like this is about that you become a bee, you fly, you are going to do this to collect the nectar, and you need to actually go to the hive to meet the queen bee. That was the flying simulator. And the last map of list here, I actually put up the website. So you can actually see the entire design process in my students' work. So because this is in VR, you can actually turn different time. I believe in the current set, it's the glass ceiling, so it's so just like the daytime, but you can change the night or daytime, and you can learn about its butterfly. So the goal is you give the banana or apple, and they are going to come fly to you, and you are going to learn information about blue morpho, where do they live, and things like that. Okay, so that's actually for a game that my student designed and created last fall. And because I'm teaching VR class again, I am now thinking about let's create some AR experiences. I think the limitation of the virtual reality is you need to wear the headset. There is a height issue. And these are the shared devices. That means you cannot just bring your phone always, but the benefit of the AR is that these are the mobile-based device, so you do not need to provide the devices at the museum. The one thing I'm trying to do, brainstorm is using a holographic technology, we can create the object-based detection. What do I mean by this is actually the Met has already implemented this last year. Anybody knows what forget the name of it? Roblox? Game Roblox? No. The basic idea is you are going to decorate your character. You go to Van Gogh's picture and you get their t-shirts and their hats, and you can decorate your character with those assets. And something like we can actually do is stuff like this. If you are going to use a augmented, we can create the object-based AR, not just based on the QR code. You move your phone, you detect the object, then boom, you are going to have some sort of information. That's something I do not really know, but I would love to have a further discussion with the Florida Museum so that we can have some educational contents targeting public audience. That's pretty much of it. And yeah, I think that is pretty much of it.